why you should stop hooking up with guys. Listen, for so long I said it too. I said, oh, I just want the fun though. No, you don't. You want it all. You want the fun and you want to be treated like a queen. So stop settling for only half the equation. So number one, us women, we hold all the power, all of it. Our cookies are the biggest force in the planet. And men will do anything. They will go crazy to get what they need. You realize we have what they need. They have what we want. We would like some love and a relationship, a ring. It's so important to realize that you can be treated exactly how you want if you hold your cookie tight. Don't give it up before you've gotten the treatment you are worthy of.
Hey. Lady, you did not think this one through because you are forgetting a key thing. Your cookie only has value when you keep your body count as low as humanly possible, preferably at 0. But when you've shared that cookie with as many men as you've just admitted, it not only shows your low value on the market, it also shows that you have absolutely nothing to offer men except your cookie. This notion that men are only after bedroom action is nothing short of insulting. Men would rather have a woman with a low body count who actually knows how to bake legitimate cookies than wife up a woman who practically opened up a bakery because of how much she popularized her. Okay, you know what? I'm not playing this game anymore, woman. You've already ruined pies, pancakes, and water slides for me. You're not taking away something as innocent as cookies. This is a hill I will fight upon until my last breath. This channel keeps cookies sacred.
Number two, let's say you're like, well, I don't want a relationship right now. That's fine. But what happens is when you just go for the fun and no relationship is you end up building a real connection with someone you don't want a relationship with. So if you don't want a relationship, don't play with your feelings. Don't put your heart out there for someone who you think is going to be just fun, and then you end up catching feelings for someone you have no interest in to take serious.
Whoa. Well, that just seems oddly specific, but it brings up a good point because you just contradicted yourself, sister. I thought what you were packing betwixt your legs was the ultimate power over men. That's what you just said. So if you hold this ultimate power, why is it that you're the one catching feelings? Shouldn't it be the other way around? You see where I'm getting at here? You spent your most valuable years getting your eggs smashed into omelets by Tyronius Q Tyrone Esquire instead of trying to find a man that would be an ideal match within your league. But after years of treating your ovaries like an all-night diner, the only way that you can feel any connection with anybody is if you're engaged in bedroom fun. What you have done has completely warped your ability to bond with other men. And this is the reason why your vain attempt to end hookup culture will not only end in colossal failure, but in record time to boot. Because you've made it clear to the top 1% of men everywhere that you're willing to serve breakfast anytime they want.
Number three, you really can have it all. You can have the fun and the treatment. You can have it all. If you think you don't want it all, it's because you've probably never had it. Listen, I'm 25. I've never had a boyfriend. I've never had the full package, but I have faith. It is out there, and I will cross my legs and be patient, and you should too. If us women can come together and end hookup culture, imagine how powerful we'd be. Imagine what this world would become. I'll continue using my platform until all women come together. We cancel skinny jeans, we can cancel hookup culture. Let's freaking go. Love you guys. Bye.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I don't see how you can have it all when you're 25 and there isn't a single self-respecting man out there who wants you. Frankly, that's impossible. A slew of men have already seen what you have to offer and they were clearly left unimpressed. You will never end hookup culture. That particular cat, so to speak, has long since been let out of the bag and there's no going back. You don't get to ride the carousel then just magically reclaim your value in some form of an anti-coital coup d'etat because men aren't willing to pay full price for damaged goods, and withholding access to said goods isn't gonna affect most of us because we don't really care. And Professor Ray McRaymond isn't gonna care either because he already has an army of you on speed dial. The damage is done, sister. You had your fun and now the ride is over. The self-respecting men of planet Earth are listening to your drivel and have already determined exactly what you deserve.
Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
I think I just had a spiritual awakening in Whole Foods. Holy shit. I'm the kind of girl that's like, time is money. And to save time, I get Instacart. I haven't been in a grocery store in a year. In other words, I'm lazy. I'm better off doing other things. But today, I went to the post office, I was in my car, I was like, no, Jamie, get up, go to Whole Foods.
That's nothing to be proud of, Rusty.
Sounds to me like we're gonna need some super glue to make sense of this statement. Okay, so you're a modern woman of the go-go 21st century. You don't have a moment to spare because your time is money. So to save time, you spend extra money by using an app who hires a guy to buy your groceries for you so you can spend more of your time wasting money on things you don't need. Then, in an attempt to stop wasting money by using the app, you decided to go to one of the more expensive grocery store chains to finally buy your own groceries. In other words, you're a foul-mouthed broad who's terrible with money. Great, now we're up to speed. But before moving on, I have a completely different side note. Is it just me or is there something that's slightly unsettling about that grocery store chain? Every time I'm forced to walk into that store, something just feels off. Like I'm expecting a demon from intergalactic space hell to offer me free samples of pre-cooked bacon as he lectures me about why I need to abandon the shimmering embrace of the intergalactic space god Globalachurd. All hail. Does anybody else feel this way? Let me know in the comments section down below.
Holy sh**. Whole Foods is full of organic, fine-ass men. The amount of bubble butts in work attire I saw, I was ready to get in there like it was my last meal.
Ew. What a mess. Ew. Ew. Ew.
You go at noon, everyone's lunch break, you go to the salad section where everyone's waiting for their prepared foods. I'm there waiting for a man. I'm waiting for a husband. I'm gonna have some wine. I'm gonna put up a little beach chair in the wine section right there, and I'm gonna take my pick.
Good luck.
I need to explain something to you, sweetheart. All of those men who are waiting for their food are on their lunch break. Now, depending on which dictatorship with which you find yourself employed, your lunch break can be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. That means these men need to get their food, shove it down their gullets, and get back to making sure society doesn't crumble before they get reprimanded by their bosses from being too far away from their respective workstations for longer than the allotted time. By this time of day, they're typically tired, irritable, and hungry. They aren't there to be your playthings. They have neither the time nor the inclination to deal with a lazy woman who sucks with money and swears like a sailor who just got denied his shore leave for swearing too much. And I don't know what's more depressing, the fact that you didn't know this or the fact that I actually have to take time out of my day to explain to you the concept known as the workman's lunch break.
This is a sign for all the lazy people who've been ordering Instacart. Instacart. Go to the grocery store. You're gonna get married.
Gentlemen, what brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
Does anybody else find it interesting how if a man goes to a grocery store and tries to pick up a woman, he's considered desperate, creepy, and needs to be humbled, but if a woman tries to find a man at a grocery store, it's a hidden treasure trove of ass and you're guaranteed to find a husband, because apparently single men have nothing better to do than hang out at supermarkets during their lunch breaks. And this begs the question, woman, what can you offer this man who's waiting for his rotisserie chicken? You don't stand a chance in that particular battle. The chicken is gonna win 10 times out of 10 against you, because unlike you, that chicken is hot, savory, and doesn't need to be told when to shut up. You don't stand a chance against that rotisserie chicken. There's just no way you're gonna win.
You know that. Of course I do, sir. Everybody knows that. Of course we do, sir.
Little insight to why I've been single as long as I have. I have a 6-month rule. If they've not been away from their ex for 6 months, or their situationship, or whatever they were doing, no. We both know this day and age, exes just don't disappear.
Nobody cares, Sean. Nobody cares.
Maybe I've been traveling across the cosmos for too long, but I'm failing to see who actually cares why you're single. We already know why. You suffer from main character syndrome, and that's one of the most annoying qualities of modern women, alongside literally every other quality of modern women. And I think you're being a little hypocritical with this rule, sweetheart, especially when you have to consider that you're comparing every single guy you've been with to Chadwick R. Chadley and Associates. You can't help it. That's the man you want, and that's why you'll break off whatever you have with a different man the second he sends you a text saying he's free for the next 20 minutes. Now, I know it's different when it happens to you because you think The Notebook is a documentary, but come on. You can at least make a pathetic attempt to try and not look like such a raging hypocrite. Wait, okay, maybe I'm giving you a little bit too much credit there. My bad.
I also don't like how people find it easier to go and take their clothes off with someone else than to actually sit there and have an adult conversation about how they feel. The way people give you 100% effort in the beginning, and then over time it gets less and less and less, and you have to give more and more and more, and it becomes less of a relationship and more of a care plan. I also hate how people think that the grass is greener somewhere else. Little insight, It never usually is.
You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle!
Okay, that's just not fair. You're telling men that they need to have an adult conversation with you, but that's not possible. You're too immature to be an adult, and you're clearly not capable of having any meaningful conversation in the first place. And it doesn't help that the only thing you want to hear is about how much Chad is in love with you. But if you force him to have that conversation, he will give you an answer. It's just not going to be the answer you want to hear. And deep down, you already know this, but it's easier for you to just deny basic reality instead. And that's why no matter what the next guy does, you're gonna resent him for not being Chad. And he'll slowly start to realize this and see that it's pointless to try to put in any effort. You're not gonna reciprocate in any capacity, and then he'll finally lose interest, which I don't think will take too long because there's really nothing of any interest to be found with you in the first place.
And the biggest reason of all, people have a lovely tendency to go from relationship to relationship to relationship with no gap. No healing, no self-care, no self-reflection, nothing. I don't want your baggage. Go and drop that shit off at the destination you should have left it at before you even approach me.
You go, girl! You get it, girl! You get that! You got it, girl!
Ah, for the love of... You know, we get it, woman. You jump from relationship to relationship to relationship without doing any form of self-improvement or introspection or any form of healing because you are incapable. You're constantly picking at those particular wounds and you refuse to do anything about your obvious trust issues. You could work on them, but that would mean you'd actually have to put forth some work, and you're clearly far too broken for that. There are plenty of men out there who don't have much baggage to speak of, and they're just not willing to carry yours. Your judgment towards us is profoundly unattractive, and on a personal note, you're wearing clothing that cat dander is gonna stick to like glue. Combine that with a dull personality and practically no redeeming qualities, and there's no need to explain anymore. We already know why you're hopelessly single. And that is gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments. Let's give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Keep the faith and all hail, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.